Kamen Rider! Back!
What's up, you guys? Godzilla fan freaks coming at you today with another figure review. And today we are taking a look at another Tamashii Nations S.H. Figuarts figure. Today we are taking a look at the S.H. Figuarts Shin Kamen Rider from the movie Shin Kamen Rider. So, some people might even be saying, you know, my last two videos talking about companies and this and that, man, I've been bashing Tamashii Nations and Mondo and some of these others, but again, that doesn't mean I hate them totally as a whole. They still put out some decent products. This is why, you know, YouTube reviews, things like this are very important. You know, look up written reviews, all those great things, because, you know, Tamashii Nations quality is all over the place. But if you see a lot of figure reviews or written reviews online or something, and they all kind of say a lot of the similar things, you can bet money on that you know what you're diving into for as far as the figure and price and all that stuff goes. And so that is why I decided to pick this guy up. Not only because I, you know, been deep diving into Kamen Rider and stuff lately, and I've seen Shin Kamen Rider a few times. I did enjoy that movie. The way it just jumps right in and just goes, you know, balls to the wall, craziness. You know, Shin Kamen Rider here, he shows up and he just starts busting fools left and right. And it's a wild ride of a movie. And one thing I really also like about it is, of course, you know, Shin Kamen Rider, Shin Ultraman, Shin Godzilla, all done by the same director and everything like that. This guy got to direct all of his favorite IPs from when he was a kid, you know, and it kind of gives these characters an updated, a revamp look of their kind of original look. Granted, Shin Godzilla was a completely different Godzilla that we've never seen before, but Shin Ultraman and Shin Kamen Rider, they look very original to the original designs of the characters. And that was another thing why I picked this guy up, was I didn't have an original Kamen Rider representation in my collection yet. And that's because I've been watching the original Kamen Rider. It's free to watch on Amazon Prime, but it's not the easiest to really kind of watch, if that makes sense. Like, if I grew up with the original Kamen Rider, I want to say I would like it more. And not to say that I dislike it, but it is a little bit of a hard watch for me because I didn't grow up with it. I'm very picky and selective on my Kamen Rider media, but because it is the original, I still, you know, as a fan, I still feel like this is where it all started, this is where it all began, and I'm going to watch it, you know. So eventually I will get through 98 episodes of the original Kamen Rider, but just because I didn't have an original representation of the original Kamen Rider, granted this is Shin Kamen Rider, but his look, his design is very much of the Showa era from 1971. This is kind of what he looked like, but now they kind of just gave him some updated designs, features, and just overall look in general. But that was another reason I was excited to add this guy to the collection, because now I kind of have an original looking Kamen Rider on my shelf. And this guy's awesome. He's fun to pose. As you can see, I got him on the Lazy Susan turntable, and he just looks fantastic. Just spinning there, stagnant in place. You know, doesn't come with a lot of crazy accessories, but for what he is, and for the price point that you can find this guy for online, which is about 80 bucks, the quality wise that you're getting, not bad for the price. And for what you get, I'll say it this, Tamashii Nations, you hit the nail on the head here. You know, paint wise, detail wise, articulation, the accessories he comes with, no complaints. This guy is a solid purchase. Definitely worth your money if you're a Kamen Rider fan, and especially if you like Shin Kamen Rider. Again, it's a wild movie. It's free to watch on Amazon Prime if you guys have Amazon Prime. So definitely give it a watch if you want some wild, you know, off-the-chain Kamen Rider action. But let's just dive right on into this review here first and take a look at the box for Shin Kamen Rider. Of course, you know, you got your Tamashii Nations quality sticker, which I can't agree with this figure. It's great. My box was a little bit banged up in shipping, but I'm not going to knock points at it for that. The figure itself was fine. And I mean, the box itself, it's just your plain SH Figuarts box. You know, you got some nice pictures of the figure all the way around. Here's the window for the figure because the figure looks out the back part of the box. But yeah. So nice box all in all, but nothing crazy, you know, pretty standard when it comes to SH Figuarts boxes. Nothing special, nothing to write home about. Let's talk about the figure himself. Let me scoot him over here, hopefully without knocking him over. Center him nicely. Scoot my camera just a little closer for you guys. And there we go. So yes, this is the SH Figuarts Kamen Rider, Shin Kamen Rider, I should say. Great figure. I mean, he just looks awesome. He's fun to pose. Articulation's good. Detail is good. But let's dive right on into this with some paint. And, you know, we'll get into further, you know, details and stuff. Because you can remove his jacket. You know, his jacket is on there, but it's an accessory. But yes, paint-wise, Shin Kamen Rider here, you got dark greens, blacks, reds, little bit of silvers, you know, tannish, you know, pinkish, translucent pieces for the eyes, reds, blacks. Again, very simple color scheme, but it is all there and all just looks really, really nice on the figure as a whole. His little silver antenna, the little silver studs throughout like his armor and everything like that. You even got a little bit of black hair from the main character sticking out the bottom of the helmet, which is a nice touch to detail. You got his nice red scarf. And again, the rest of the figure is very heavy on the dark greens, dark greenish blues, and blacks. So just really good paint though, really good color separation throughout this figure, no bit of slop. Again, the quality is there. So it's like, Tamashii Nations, what's going on? Here you got a banger product, but everything else you put out is overpriced garbage. Again, it just doesn't make sense to me. But man, this figure is awesome. Detail wise, again, he just looks great. I mean, he's just a phenomenal figure. For a Kamen Rider figure, this guy's actually probably one of my favorite figures that I own of Kamen Rider. Not necessarily one of my favorite Kamen Riders, but favorite figures that I own. This guy is great for an action figure. Let me just go ahead and get him to stop right here. That way we can take a closer look at him and his details. So now, we'll just go over his jacket really quick since it's here. His jacket is cloth. It's got, you know, buttons on it. It's got straps, all these great things. And it's wired. So you can pose it how you see fit and it will hold its shape. So that is really, really nice. And to get his jacket off, all you got to do is point his arms and tilt them kind of backwards like a Naruto running pose. And then you just slide his sleeves off as so. You know, if they get a little hung up on some of the joints, just slowly pull it off, and there you go. You can remove his jacket. And now Kamen Rider himself. Now we can get a closer look at his details, which doesn't have a lot of crazy details. Again, a very simple design, which again is related to the Showa era, but I mean, again, just all the silver studs and all the line work and everything. Again, no bit of paint slop. The eyes absolutely look fantastic. His little antenna, not too pliable, but a little bit more pliable than other Kamen Rider figures that I've owned. But still, you wouldn't want this guy to necessarily take too high of a tumble, because those would probably snap off at some point. But again, just look at all that line work in the helmet. All these fine, if I can get it to focus, which I can't, but you just got all that, you know, fine paint detail in there. His little driver belt, again, For as small as some of those components are, no bit of paint slop whatsoever. The quality control, again, is on point with this guy. His little grasshopper wings here, etched into his suit. And again, just all those little silver studs. No bit of slop whatsoever. Just looks great. Just detail-wise, all the way down to his boots, you get the wrinkles and like the waves, like in his clothing in general and stuff like that, but just look great. Great detail all the way around. Articulation, as you've seen with this guy, his scarf here is on a ball joint. So, I mean, you can just rotate it around as you see fit, you know, to get it good with the posing. You can even rotate the scarf itself around his neck. So you can kind of put it, you know, you can have it sit wherever or however you want. You can have it sit off to the left side, the right side, dead center. You can have it shift around all the way to the back, even though his hair will get in the way. Helmet does not come off, even though his hair is like a loose piece, as you can see. But no alternate head sculpt or anything like that, which probably would have been nice with this figure, but it's not necessarily needed. Joints up in the shoulders, he's got butterfly joints, nice hinges and rotation up in the shoulders. Elbows bend very, very nicely. He also has, you know, the swivels for the bicep there at the shoulder. No forearm swivel or anything like that, but he does have, you know, hinges and rotation for his wrists, for his hands. Again, head, you can look up, you can look down ever so far, you can look left, right, you can get some nice head tilt action out of it. Really good articulation. For the butterfly joints in his chest area as well, you can kind of move around his chest armor pieces, as you can see here. So you can kind of get those to move and sit as you see fit, just to try to help with a little bit more range. But they do limit like his arms kind of coming in close together. But they can definitely, you know, touch fingertips, have him sit at content, you know, thinking, whatever. You do have a good range of motion there with his butterfly joints. But it is nice that these, his pectoral chest armor pieces here, you can like move around as you see fit to help with the sculpt. Very good ab crunch. Very, very good ab crunch. I mean, you can get him hunched all the way forward like he's puking his guts out. You can get him to do your matrix, dodging bullets, you know, leaning back, whatever. Nice side-to-side tilt action. Just really good range of movement in his torso. Waist, you can swivel with his driver belt as well. Legs, you can kick out very nicely forward. You can kick out ever so much backwards. They do not pull down or anything, but he can't do these splits completely, but you can get a nice range of movement. If you also swivel his thighs a little bit, you might be able to get a little bit more of a degree angle out of those, but nothing crazy much. But he does have those thigh cuts in there. Nicely double jointed knees. No boot cuts or anything, but he does have ankle hinges. You can get a little bit of an ankle pivot out of him, nothing crazy, and he has toe articulation. So really good range of articulation for this guy all the way around. No complaints whatsoever. He just looks fantastic. You know, he's ready to go. Paint, detail, articulation, all just fantastic with this guy. Getting him to stand isn't too hard either. Bing, bada, boom, just like that. I didn't have to do much. So he stands very, very well. Jacket on or jacket off. As far as other accessories he comes with, besides his wired cloth cape jacket, He does come with, of course, different pairs of hands. He has like these cupping kind of gripped type hands. He has these hands that are kind of laxed but also like pointing. Of course, he comes with his chopping hands, and then he comes with 2 fists. And every hand is nicely colored. It's just a very dark green plastic. And then you get, you know, his glove details and stuff in there too. So again, you know, nothing crazy as far as accessories go for this guy, but he does look great. Paint applications look great. His jacket, fun to pose him with. This is just a really fun Kamen Rider figure, and I can recommend to any Kamen Rider fan, whether you're just kind of a general watcher or a new watcher and you want to add something to your collection, you can't go wrong with this guy. But Shin Kamen Rider is a really fun movie. Definitely picked this guy up because I enjoyed the movie, and again, he just kind of gives me that Showa rider from the 70s look in my collection. I just love it. It just looks great. But that about does it for today's figure review, you guys. We are Godzilla Fan Freaks. Hope you enjoyed the S.H. Figuarts Shin Kamen Rider figure review. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Don't forget to atomic blast that notification bell. Don't forget to like and follow Godzilla Fan Freaks over on Facebook and Instagram also. Be on the lookout for Kaiju Chill O'Clock episodes on Saturdays. And without further ado, you guys, we are Godzilla Fan Freaks, and we will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.
Somebody kick me. Kick me hard.